with another Axial box. Always good things inside these. Let's open it up and see what side, or inside. Excuse me, long day. Cut through the crap. Don't need that. Another SCX10. I've done one video of the CR edition. This is the Honcho. Bought this for MamaSnowman and I, so she can get into it. Well, you all know about the SCX10 at this point, so I'm just going to get to the fun stuff. 27 turn motor, 82 ESC. I believe they are ripsaw tires, 1.9s. Toyota body. Roll it out. Or in this case, slide it out. Car, radio, parts tree, and of course you gotta have the manual. Always a necessity with these things, so you know what you're taking apart, putting back together, in case you get lost, confused, so on and so forth. What do you think, MamaSnowman?
It'll look better with the Ford body.
This is true. You're just biased though.
Very.
Alright, well, let's put this damn thing out. I don't need any of the cardboard, so I'm just going to rip and tear until I get what I want. They really don't want these to go anywhere, so they zip tie them and everything. I still don't really understand. But, each their own. Okay. Don't need that. There we go. Pretty nice out of the box. It's weird to see 1.9s because everything I have is 2.2. So the wheels are a little small for me. But like I said, I've owned an SCX10 at some point, so it's just like everything else, you got to get used to it. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there, but I figured I'd do my own. So you got the Toyota body, the roll cage on the back, spare tire, which is always nice. I always try to buy the rigs that have spare tires because I don't have to go buy an extra set or anything in case you ever need one. The normal Axial stuff, you got the Tactic TSX45 servo, which I'm not a fan of. That'll probably be the first thing to go. 3-link suspension in the front, 4-link in the back. Is that, yeah, that is a 27 turn. I know some of these come with a 35 turn. That might just be the SCX10 2. Standard Axial AE2 ESC. And it looks like this actually has the upgraded radio and stuff that comes in the bomber.
Yay!
Which is interesting because from the pictures and stuff, I figured this thing would come with all the same stuff that the original Wraith came with. But to see that they've upgraded to the Tactic radio and everything is nice, because this, if you don't know, has a 3rd channel, so you can actually run a winch straight from the controller instead of having to have extra. You literally plug it right into the 3rd channel of the receiver and you're good to go. No extra parts required. So that's pretty sweet. I didn't know this actually came with headlights, which is nice, even though those are probably going to go at some point, but still, always nice to have. Crawling in the dark is always the best time. In the back here, you have what I'm guessing would be red lights all tucked up underneath there, which is actually pretty slick. I mean, those are nicely hidden up in there. You're not going to whack them on rocks or anything like that. You got the realistic looking fuel cell, which is actually a big plastic piece covered in a big sticker. And it's not I thought it was actually a red plastic part, but it is not. That's okay. That's why it's a hobby. You get to change, modify it, do whatever you need to do. Pop the top off and see what's underneath. Even though I already told you what's underneath, you probably want to see it. So, in case you didn't catch that, the body clips are on the hood and also back here next to the spare tire. That's where the posts are located. This even has a pre-drilled hole for the antenna if you want to run a different receiver and mount it up. I'm assuming that's from the AE, or not the AE2, but the actual just regular axial receiver. So they didn't have to swap anything over or, you know, not use these bodies for some reason. Because the Wraith has the axial receiver, which is the AE3 or I don't know. Anyways, the antenna would stick through the hood if it had the original electronics this Honcho came with. So there it is. I see a few differences off of the CR edition that I used to have. The battery tray has been relocated to the front, which is outstanding. Any of you have had the older SCX10s, a lot of the trays were mounted right here, which is good for some things, but we all know for crawling you want your weight up front. So this is nice to see. I am pleased by the surprises and changes since the last one that I bought. Like I said, you got the new radio, so new radio, new receiver, and then you have the relocated battery tray. Makes it a little bit more difficult to get to the receiver box and stuff, but it's totally worth it for me to have the battery weight up front. I bet you this thing will crawl night and day better than the original versions of the SCX10. You got your normal cord clips, everything routed nice and neat like always. Kind of surprised not to see the 3-piece drive shafts on this yet, but that's okay. I mean, it's like I said, it's a hobby. We're here to change stuff, modify stuff. It's not going to stay stock for very long. Another thing over the normal SCX10s, or like the CR edition for example, is these are dual rated shock springs. So you actually have two sets here. You have a lower set of springs and an upper set of springs. So you got a little bit more dampening just out of the springs instead of relying solely on the oil and piston inside the shock. Overall, I am quite impressed at the changes Axial has made. If you were wondering, there is room up here and already a plate for it with some kind of stamped holes up here for a winch to already mount to. This front piece is actually brushed aluminum, which is actually really nice. This is a very nice bumper. A little big. I think it's actually going to get trimmed down, but for now it will definitely do. So anyways, that's it. This Axial SCX10 Honcho. Probably soon to be a Roncho, because I have axle housings for a Wraith. So who knows? We'll see. It's going to start like this and turn into the monsters that we all create. Anyways, Snowman, Owensville Crawlers. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. If you didn't, well, that sucks. See you guys later.